sorry that this lighting right here is okay because I can't really see myself, but I think my ring light is bright enough. I don't know. So if it's not, just bear with me. I'm gonna share my tips and tricks on how to get your foundation to look like your skin, like glassy, you know what I mean, like just really not natural. I'm still gonna show you how to do more of a full coverage, but this is just gonna be like for people who typically end up with like a cake face or want to avoid that. I'm gonna be sharing my tips and tricks with you on how to avoid that cake face and make your foundation look like your skin. So I'm taking my Hangover Primer by Too Faced and just rubbing this all over my face. And I recommend like a hydrating primer. The Hangover Primer is my favorite because it's super hydrating and it just makes you feel really, really refreshed when you put it on, and it smells good. So there's that. And then right away, I'm going to go in with some spray. I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finish spray, but you can literally use any spray. Why do I look so dark now? Like, I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finishing spray, and you can use any spray. You can use your Mario Badescu spray. You can use the Pixie spray. Any kind of like hydrating spray that you have, go ahead and use that and like soak your face in it. And while your face, not when your face is soaking, but when your face is still damp, that's when you want to go and apply your foundation. And I only say this because once your foundation dries down in with your primer and the spray, I feel like it's just gonna lock it in, you know what I mean? So like it's in with your primer and the spray. And my skin is breaking out ever since I moved to LA. My skin has been breaking out, and I think it's because of the water. I even have a pimple right on my lip. I know y'all saw. You were wondering what it was. That's what it is. It's a freaking pimple. In this lighting, I'm trying, okay? Just bear with me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend my foundation in. And another tip, do not add makeup where you don't need it. Where I'm breaking out, I'm obviously gonna go ahead and add some extra coverage to those areas, but that's my tip number 2. Do not add foundation where you don't need it. When it comes to making your foundation look like skin, you don't want to add makeup where you don't need it, and that goes for any kind of look. Don't add it where you don't need it. So like I said, I'm breaking out from this dim water in California. So I'm going to go ahead and add where I need the coverage. Just a little bit up here. And that is it. Once you have your base laid down, whatever foundation you used, all of that good stuff, it's time to add your concealer. And my tip number, are we on 3? Tip number 3 is to spray your face with another facial spray before you put on your concealer. And I'm going to use the Mario Badescu. You can use the I could have just used the same spray that I used at first, but that's more of like a priming spray. So I'm going to use the Mario Badescu spray. Spray my face. While my face is still damp, I'm going to go ahead and put on my concealer. Let my concealer sit for like a minute or 2 under my eyes. And just so you know, letting your concealer sit does give you an extra coverage under your eyes if you need that. And do not put a whole bunch of foundation. You don't need the squares of foundation, concealer. You don't need the squares of concealer under your eyes. That's just so unnecessary. Way too much, especially for this foundation-y, like the skin look that we're going for. Very like natural beauty. We don't need that. And I know I look very, I don't have any self-tanner on, so let's just pretend like it matches. But once I do this with my concealer, it should match. So we're gonna spray our face and then add the concealer. As you can see, I'm really just patting the concealer, and with very light pressure, I'm gonna blend that out. And I feel like the lighter amount of pressure that you put in your beauty blender, the more like flawless your face looks, if that makes any sense. It could be in my head. Actually, no, it's not in my head. I'm gonna say it's true, so. Snatched. Tip number 4. So if you suffer from the smile lines that I know I suffer for, can I talk? If you suffer from the smile lines that I know I suffer from, here's a little tip. Once your face is already on, go ahead and take the opposite side of your beauty blender, or like the side where you know you haven't been using it, and kind of just move the foundation out of there. You're like kind of moving the foundation from out of the smile lines, because the less product is there is the less likely that it is to crease. So go ahead and just kind of like move it out of there, and then just blend that out like that. So for contouring today, I'm going to use my Fit Me foundation stick by Maybelline, and this is in the shade Coconut. I think cream contouring is very, should I say, ideal when you want your skin to look really natural, really like just like skin, because cream products melt into your skin instead of sitting on top. Whether you have oily or dry skin, I always recommend using cream products, because you can always set the places that you need to set, or put extra coverage where you need to put extra coverage. Like on my cheeks, we're gonna go in with some foundation powder later on, and I'll show you how I do that. But don't put products where you need to put products. I'm gonna leave it at that. So today I'm gonna use my Fit Me stick to contour, and one of the major tips I can give you is not to create lines, because lines aren't cute. So and they're kind of hard to blend. So to avoid that, I'm just gonna kind of dab that on like that, make little dots. Don't forget the jawline and the nose, and we'll blend that out. Just bringing that down until you look crazy like this. But I'll deal with that later. So I'm just gonna go with the back of my beauty blender and just blend it all out. Remember, light pressure, and you want to let it sink into your skin. You don't want to like just dab it. It's that easy. Alright, so once you have all of your creams, liquids, whatever on your face, it's time to set. And remember, we're only adding product where we need it. So I'm taking my Kat Von D palette, and I'm going to take the center color, which is like a yellow undertone based powder for setting. And I'm just going to kind of pat that under my eyes and then dust it up. And look, I'm holding the brush at the end because we don't need any like... we don't need anything to be harsh. We're just setting the product where we need it and then lightly blending. I do want to mention that I have really oily skin, so I am going to be setting where I need to be, like that where it needs to be set. So I know I'm really oily around my nose, so I'm going to take some of that powder and put it around my nose. Next, I'm taking my Hoola bronzer, and I could use the colors that are in there, but I just love this Hoola bronzer. And I'm just going to pat over our contour to set it. And now I'm taking my Celebration Foundation by IT Cosmetics. This is in the color medium tan. Taking my Real Techniques Fluffy Brush and dipping into that. And I'm going to set in between my contour and where I highlight. You can skip this step, but the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't know if you can see, you probably can because my skin looks disgusting, but I have breakouts right here, so I do need the extra coverage. If you don't need the extra coverage, do not do this step because you don't need to. For highlighter, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid highlighter, and this is in the color Perla. And I'm taking that on the back of my finger. I just feel like it really blends it out really nicely. I'm going to add some to my chin because I'm extra. My nose. And to go on top of my highlighter, I'm using the MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter. This is my favorite highlighter. If you know, you know. And I'm just going to dust that over. And to finish, you do want to spray some type of setting spray on your face. For some reason, I can't find my setting spray, even though I just had it. So I'm going to use my Mario Badescu spray. Tip number, what are we on? 7, 8, who knows? Do not drench your face in setting spray when you get done with your makeup. I say that because the more things you have on your face, the more likely it is to just come off. Spritz your face. You know, I see people like, no, that's not how you use it, okay? At the beginning, throughout, okay, that's one thing. When you're done with your makeup, mist your face and let it be done. Because look, we look natural. I went from what to whoa. Hope you like my video, you guys. I'm about to go put on some lip liner and do my lower lash line, and I will see you in the intro. But you don't know that because you don't know how I'm gonna edit this. Why did I just stutter? That was really weird. But okay, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, ask me down below. See you in my next video. Bye.